Welcome to the fucking show.
They could use the help.
Oh shit, Paul Pierce.
Their announcers are trash.
But look, he probably got a job already on the. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he probably did that shit knowing he had another.
I don't know why he
check
would
coming.
do that for real.
Yeah. I just told you because he knew he had another check coming.
It's still not a good way to get fired. That goes on your.
Wait a minute.
That goes on your professional resume.
Can't, but nah, you can't say that ESPN. From what some people have said with Jamil Hill and a couple other black people who've been let go or who left ESPN, you can't say that their reputation is that great when it comes to black people who really are black. Now, I'm not talking about the Stephen A. Smiths. I'm talking about the hood niggas, for real. Like, the motherfuckers who gonna really speak their mind and say what the fuck they feel. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. I didn't even see Paul Pierce on ESPN that much.
I was about to say,
feel like
you didn't see a lot of Paul Pierce.
Right, I didn't see Paul Pierce, but when I did,
their nigga for real is Kendrick Perkins.
But when
that's their one.
But see, that's not he's a Stephen A. But to keep it 100, when I did see him on there, he was keeping it 100, and he was being himself. Yeah. Like he looked like a nigga from the street.
He always came off bitter to me though. He would just be hating for like no reason. Like, I mean, LeBron's
like
cool.
a nigga from the street.
LeBron's cool, but I mean, I wouldn't say he's great. They're like, well, who is Paul? Tell me who is. Like, I'm just saying right now. Chris Paul's really good. They're like, come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. LeBron is the best player
for sure.
Oh yeah.
He seems like a dick for
the
sure.
nigga was on
like Simon Cowell.
last year in the bubble.
We gotta get him in
when
there.
they had the virtual fans. Nigga was asleep. He was watching the Celtics game laying on the couch because everybody was sitting in their chair. He was laying on the couch and like he must have been smoking or something because he had like when you smoking and it's going in your eye and shit, so you got one eye closed. He was doing one of those. And the camera's like, we got Paul Pierce, and you just see him laying down like...
He was trying to be off the camera smoking some weed.
Must have fell on the floor to finish smoking. And then they was zoomed in on Lil Wayne, and you could barely see his face because there was so much smoke. He had to put the blunt... Because you can't smoke on there.
That's funny.
Yeah, I did wrestling. I did wrestling virtual, and I'd rather watch it on TV. They tell you who to root for. It's the exact same feed I'm looking at. And now I gotta watch it on my phone instead of watching it on TV. Fuck this. They're like, oh, come on, guys, cheer. And I'm like, I don't even like this nigga. I like the other nigga. Like, boo, guys, boo. I'm like, no. Fuck you, man. They're like,
you're not gonna tell me what to do on my goddamn device.
In my own house, though.
Right.
Fuck that, son. Never mind. I was heated over that version.
Oh, that was some new shit, though. That was a test.
What?
That was some test shit.
See if you don't conform.
See if they can control you through your phone, nigga, and make you do shit through your phone, which
you
maybe but it was a lot of motherfuckers who were like,
oh
yeah,
It was hella
boo,
It was hella people.
Boo for real, yeah. What else you want me to do, phone?
It was other people.
What else?
And then they even give you the outline, like the silhouette of where your head should be to make sure you're in the screen.
Be in the screen, okay.
Then it said if you got more than one person on the screen, we'll cut your feed. We can cut you at any point in time.
Oh.
Right? Then I was like, let me do it from my laptop.
Oh.
And it was like, you're already logged in on this device.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got you, nigga.
Wrestling was dumb. But I heard
we got you, Negro.
I heard the NBA bubble one though was different because you could actually see different views and it was an interactive experience.
Yeah, of course they're gonna make the NBA like
they
that.
had to pay though.
It's paid. It's paid.
Always.
Well, I mean, I don't think everybody can pay, but they had some free ones, and then I think after a while they started charging. Wrestling was free, but there's no difference. There was no benefit. And then they told me, just tune in at 10 o'clock to watch it. So I'm like, wrestling goes off at 10:30.
Get your little 30 minutes.
Tried to get in at 9, 8:30, 9:30. Didn't let me until 10 at the last match. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Oh, that's some whack shit there.
It was cool to hear the program directing though. We're on a commercial break. We'll be back in 30. Going live in 3, 2. That was cool. But yeah.
Where we at? We gonna do Lil Nas and Nike?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't even know if we put them in the same sentence.
I don't know.
Because Nike said we're not with that shit at all. We didn't agree.
And that's what my thing was. Like, how can Nike be trying to sue somebody when apparently he had a check on the goddamn merchandise? As long as there's a check on there, I'm assuming that he done went through all the checks and balances that he supposed that went through.
He did not. That's why he's being sued.
Shit, I got it checked.
No.
I got checks all over the house.
So he got little fraudulent boxes that he's sending out to his customers.
No,
with Nike checks on it.
It is not Nike is not producing the shoe.
So they don't have a Nike check on it?
That's not what I could put it. I could go. You go buy some shoes with a check on it right now. That doesn't mean Nike made them.
Right.
They took
I customized it. Right.
They took the shoe, and you can customize your own shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like I could buy a pair of Nikes and put the little drop of blood and a little pennant on it. But when I want to mass produce them, that has to go past Nike, and he did not do that. He took the base of their shoe, an Air Max, put a little satanic symbol on it, put blood in the back of it, a drop of human blood in it. Did not approve anything with Nike. Went through another company that has worked with Nike, and Nike, they had shoes from Nike, but they cannot distribute it as a partnership with Nike because they're not. So Nike is suing him for using
the name,
everything, their name, their shoe, because the fact that he says Nike, these Nike Air Maxes,
they sold out.
Oh, they sold out, absolutely, but they have not yet been shipped out. That's the issue right now.
They haven't been shipped.
They've been sold, but they have not been shipped because the company, Lil Nas X is not being sued for real. It's the company that it's the company's partner. Mischief is being sued. So when he released it, they bought him, but then Nike stepped in. So now,
it needs to though. I agree with the stance because it's like, no, we have to draw a line somewhere. Nike be the main one that take a stand with, black rights and Asian hate and all these things they come up with. They always make a point to make sure they do their due diligence and make you support them. They do their part.
Because they know niggas buy their shit.
Exactly, but they play the part.
They don't care.
I need them to continue, goddamn.
Gotta play the part.
So go right ahead and you go ahead and say,
I hear you.
Yep, you better keep it up, goddamn it.
They probably would have let him do it if he went through the right channels.
Well,
because it's not the shoe. They don't give a fuck about what you do to your shoe. It's the fact that he's doing it.
If he would have went to the right channels, they would have said no.
They would have said no to the satanic symbol.
Right, they would have been like, yo, we're not doing nothing.
They probably would have let him do that blood shit, though. It just wouldn't have been the main advertising point.
Yeah, I don't think they would have remembered the human blood shit. Like, if they would have
They
said
said
chicken blood.
They said, oh my God, that'd be even weirder
Little
than me.
African babies.
Chicken.
Little Somalian
chicken.
Why
Rice
would it
chicken.
be African kids?
Rice chicken.
It's probably his blood.
Perhaps.
Fact of the matter, his song is #1 on the Billboard, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's more the shock value though, because everybody started looking.
Didn't have to work his way up. Started off on the Billboard at #1.
But because everybody was talking about it, how much?
Well, no, because somebody didn't release it on
beforehand?
YouTube first. He had to release it somewhere first before it could be just come out and be #1.
I think it came out last week, and then they released it this week, and it debuted at #1, is what I read.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So if you release it after they released it,
no, if it came out and he got if it came out on DistroKid on its own without or whatever. But he's already is he signed? Ain't he a signed artist?
Mm-hmm. I don't know with who, but yeah, he signed after that Old Town Road and all those Grammys. I'm sure somebody picked his ass up.
Yeah, so that's another reason why I'm just like, so you didn't see the video?
No, I haven't heard the song.
Last
Lil Nas X
the song is a straight pop song. It's not rap or hip hop at all. It's a pop song. Sounds like some Katy Perry type shit.
Isn't the video real demonic and he's like on a stripper pole or some shit?
I watched.
That's what I heard.
I watched I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched the end of the video, which is where all the satanic shit is at.
Is it really satanic though, for real?
Yeah, it's very uncreative in my opinion. Like I didn't maybe the rest because I seen some shit where he was flying through the sky, some shit looking crazy. Now I didn't see all that. Maybe that was the creative part that they were talking about. Yeah. But what he was doing in supposed hell with the devil, there's nothing creative about that at all. Like that was probably some of the simplest, easiest shit
CGI
that you could have did. It wasn't even CGI. It was just a guy. He was giving a man a lap dance in some skimpy boxers. Well, the man was supposedly the devil.
Oh, so that's what Saturday Night Live was making fun of. Did you see that?
I had to check it out.
I gotta watch it.
I didn't watch it because I didn't see the video, so I thought they were really just making fun of him. I didn't know that he gave a lap dance in the video.
Yeah, he gives a lap dance.
Saturday Night Live had a dude acting as Lil Nas X, and instead of giving the devil a lap dance, it was Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
And Lil Nas X replied on it and said, "You guys are going to hell for this."
Stupid.
Then he kills the devil, breaks his neck, and then he puts on the devil's horns or whatever. Which, once again, if we go into the world of the music industry, a lot of that is, they say, is symbolism for really blowing up in the industry, like, you know,
selling your soul,
like killing your old self, and now you're reborn as a demon or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I think it's a lot to uncover with that. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he has done nothing but use homosexuality to help boost his career, because that's all he's really selling, in my opinion. He's not selling music. Nobody knows any of his fucking songs.
I'll give it to him. He definitely did it right. Like, came out, was smart. You know, like released the song, released the album, and then the album, one of the songs on the album had people like, is this nigga, you know? Then came out after that. It was like, yeah, that song you guys are talking about, I am gay, and, you know, there's no questions about it. I'm homosexual. So the way he did it, you could say it's a publicity stunt, but shit, isn't that why we do anything? Is to make money? Like, I think if he did it the opposite direction, we wouldn't be talking about this.
Well, he's cool where he's at, because once again, he is not in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He never was in hip hop. His first song was country. You know what I'm saying? Most of his songs have been pop and shit
They
like that.
actually took it off the country charts. Because they didn't like it on the country chart.
Well, now that he talk about it mean lean and all,
that's what I'm saying, pop and all the other shit. So he's never been hip hop. So it's never been really a question if he's going to be accepted. Because anybody, just because you gay, we'll accept you. Now in hip hop, it would have been probably a little different. But
if he was a hardcore rapper,
right? He's not a hardcore rapper. He's a pop artist, and he's selling homosexuality, in my opinion. But one of the biggest issues that I think a lot of people have with this is the fact that Old Town Road, even though you may have been talking about lean and all this other shit, they took that song and remixed it so many different ways for kids to know it. So you did become somewhat of a child, like children look up to you because they're like, oh, Lil Nas X, that's who make Old Town.
You see the preschool video?
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying.
He went and performed it at like a preschool.
He went and performed it at a preschool. So that's what I'm saying. So
Came
now,
on a horse.
So now we're letting homosexuality into the preschools. You know what I'm saying? For him to, you doing Old Town Road. Kids aren't thinking about homosexuality with Old Town Road. They're just thinking this is a fun song. But now when they get a hold of, or when they hear My Terror, or when they see this video, this is gonna, they shouldn't see this video. That's the first and foremost. Like should any kids, should no children see this video at all?
If I was a kid, I know for a fact I would have liked Old Town Road.
Yes.
And then, you know, as a kid, you know who sings it, you know the name. So now, with technology age, shit is nothing to pick up your phone and go to YouTube, Lil Nas X songs. And boom, you got his whole catalog right there.
Now you got your children asking you all type of silly questions.
And at first, Old Town Road was cool, and now Montero, you're going to be like, what the fuck are you watching? And even if you take the homosexually out of it, like the satanic imagery is...
The satanic imagery
that's what's really going to...
Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's the worst. That's not something you see a lot.
That's especially black people. You don't see a lot as black people. You might see it with white people, especially like rock music, heavy metal. You know, you got a lot of satanic imagery and emo, but you don't see a lot of it in black music. Period.
Black culture.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've ran into it twice, and didn't know what I was feeling. I was at a concert. The first time was Jayz. It was when he was at the Q, and I'm watching the concert. I'm like, this concert's dope, and then all of a sudden, like. His screen had changed to black and white, and it inverted, and it was flashing, and he had a cross, and the cross had flipped upside down. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, dude? I was like, this is a little much. And I didn't say nothing because, you know, I was with Rose. I didn't want her to feel weird because she really doesn't like. She said it to me. She sat down. She's like, she said, does this feel kind of like satanic to you? I'm like, yes, it feels very satanic. But the worst was Kanye. Kanye, I had to go get some air. Like, because his stage, first off the Kanye concert, he had a floating stage. And then he had the lights off, the whole arena, the whole show. His cameramen used cameras with fucking black lights. They did not use the Q's Jumbotron. They bought their own little screen. And he's literally about 10 feet above everyone. So one of his songs, they had put some filter on the camera where it was like the cameraman was up there with him and he was standing above Kanye's shoulder and Kanye was looking down he was sitting on the edge of the stage looking down and like Kanye himself, it was like a glow around him in a halo and the people in the crowd were like dark and dingy and like you know, because they're fighting already, dancing to the music. So I was like, yo, these people are like ripped. I was recording with my phone. I had to put my phone down. I was like, I feel just awful. Like, what the fuck is going on?
This is not the president.
He just played my favorite song, and now he's doing this weird shit. Like, I need to get up out of here, man. Like, I had to sit down. I fucked around and was smoking a blunt in my seat and got up and started walking to the exit with my blunt. And the dude was like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, oh, shit, I just had to get out of here real quick. But, yeah, satanic shit, when you see it, it throws off your whole vibe. Mm-hmm. And to see it from Jayz was actually the shocker. Kanye didn't surprise me.
Right.
Jayz really, I was like, huh. He even had, like, himself on the camera was, like, blurred out. And he had a cross that was right side up on his shirt. But the camera had it inverted. And I was like, why does he have an inverted cross on him? And then when he would turn around, like the lights would go dim and his shirt would shine and the cross would be upside down. And they just kept like flickering it on the screen. And I was like, are they trying to tell us something?
Listen, Jayz, a lot of times when people see this shit and they say, we don't care because we don't subscribe to that shit. We don't think nothing of it. Mm-hmm. But Jayz, a long time ago, he had on that. You know who Aleister Crowley is? Aleister Crowley is the author of the Satanic Bible. He's basically the main one who goes with all the rappers.
I've heard of that shit.
They like study him and shit. He had on that Aleister Crowley hoodie that said some Aleister Crowley shit. He was just chilling with with his black looks on and shit, just being cool ass Jayz. Like
it goes over people's heads.
And niggas is, and I'm like, yo, that's a fucking. But like you stated, that's the type of shit they is. So that's why, going back to Lil Nas X, this is just part of the industry. This is the type of shit that they into, man. And it's always been, and that's why I'm so happy that there is an independent lane right now, because now you really do have a choice, nigga. You really do have a choice.
Independent artists right now are killing it.
Yeah.
Especially if they refuse to sign.
You got a choice, my man. And he had a choice too, and he chose to do whatever he was going to do. So, it is what it is.